Hello, and welcome back to Let's Replay Mystery Case Files Dire Grove. I'm MCFPapa, and this is part 3. We just dropped into the manager's office. If I wasn't so concerned about getting access to an operable telephone in the manager's office, I never would have taken such extreme measures to get inside. Besides, the bathroom floor needed to be replaced anyway. Unfortunately, after all my effort, the phone lines appear to be disabled, no doubt due to the harsh weather conditions. In addition, the hotel's power remains out, and while not typically afraid of the dark, there is no way I'm exploring that basement without getting some lights on in this place. Another clock running wrong. But, even though you can now just go through the main door, I like that if you want, you can still go down the hole. I'll break my neck going downstairs without any light. Yeah, you probably would. Now we can go to the good old boathouse. And although I was correct that, the Banshee doesn't show up in any additional scenes, this, the rabbit in the barrel, that jump scared me the first time. Oh, there's a lantern. You'd think you could use that to see in the basement. I don't know why. Like, I clicked on that 4 times, and only the 4th time did it collect the coffee mug. Oh well. Oh. Need to go back up here. Like, they expect you to find this yourself, because there's nothing else in this room. There's no other reason to go back here for you to see that there's a new hidden object scene, like with the front desk or the manager's office. Like, you will backtrack there, so you would know. But here, there isn't one. And to find the saw, you'd think you would have a scene in the, like, garage. But I guess they thought 2 scenes maximum is plenty. But I love the reference to Ravenhurst. Nobody I know has that initials. But, like, that's a cool scene too, like seeing the silhouette of the boathouse in the distance. That's great. And also, because, like, the spooky, I'll come back for that later. But, as I was saying, because, like, this number's always randomized, they always, like, the torn paper, like, doesn't have the other digits on. So that's smart, because not only does it save them effort than trying to program the random numbers on the image and change it all the time, but also it means that you can't just bypass this whole thing. A torn scrap of paper caught among the branches of a tree outside the hotel was challenging to acquire. I remembered spotting a similarly ripped piece of paper in the library, and sure enough, it's a perfect fit. Unfortunately, the 4 numbers scrawled on the note mean very little to me, but I've enclosed it here nonetheless. I can't shake the feeling I'm being watched. Maybe it's just how uneasy I feel about being stranded here under such conditions, but I definitely sense some kind of presence amid the snow blown about by the accosting winds. If there's anyone who's become accustomed to such phenomena, it's me. Alright, so doing the manager's office again. But, like, going back to what I was saying, like, you need to come back here for the safe, so you would notice, like, the hidden object scene. Oh yeah, about forgot to do this one. As this one's kind of out of the way, but at least like there is stuff to do here with the fire. But I'd say this one's still pretty hidden because you might not know that you can do the fire stuff till much later. And anyway, you don't really need to do this till much later when the hotel's power's on. But now that we have the small key, we can get into the box the proper way instead of bashing it open. I love how they had to specify red rabbit, because there's also the rabbit popping out here. Yeah, it's pretty weird that, like, the arrow's over the boat instead of, like, going out the doors. No fishing or hunting. No nothing. Go home. And he's the fisherman. I've located one of the missing parties whose vehicle I encountered upon arrival in Dire Grove. He's frozen solid, yet appears somehow still alive, as if petrified within some kind of hypnotic state. He is unresponsive, and the frozen water surrounding his feet prevents me from dragging him to safety. The young man's frozen hands are caked with dirt and clutching a strange disc-shaped artifact, with a hole in the center encircled with an unusual symbol. The storm is getting worse and I've got to find help. I will continue my investigation and try to find his companions. Yeah, but it's cool that now this hole that they gave emphasis to is telling you, oh, it's where the relic was and he dug it up. And you also see that in one of the videos. Now we get finally the second puzzle of the game. Oh. I just completely botched that whole thing. There we go. Get a upside down triangle. Like really cool artwork here for everything.
I am the fisherman. I am the fisherman. I am the fisherman. I am the fisherman.
I think he's the fisherman. But it is kind of weird when, like, he's going back to sleep, like, the actor, while they were filming it, opened his mouth, and so then there's, like, a weird, like, where his mouth opens and shuts, where he isn't saying anything. But anyway, I think, like, they did a really good job integrating this. Like, you can't really, like, it really does look like he's here, and of course because he's frozen, that means that you don't need to really show much movement on him. But that's like having a limitation that supports the story and also makes it so it looks better than other games. Like, I love 13th Skull, but, like, the integration of the live actors just isn't there in some places where it doesn't even try to look like they're really there. You can clearly tell they're, like, green screened in. Some of it looks good, but others not so much. But anyway, now with that key, we can go in here. Get another tape, which we will play in the next part. So like and subscribe if you want. I'll see you then.